Thanks. I should have. Smart. Get there, Seth. Hey, Seth. Yeah! Seth. Yeah! Oh! What up, 9-6?
So, like Coach said, tonight we have some very special guests who are part of one of the most legendary teams in WPI football history. Mike Stephens and Stan Graveline are here tonight as 2024 marked the 70th anniversary of their historic season here on Boynton Hills. Not only were these two men great football players, but I am also proud to say that Stan is my grandfather.
Thanks for having us here tonight. 1954, I was a 17-year-old freshman. Mike was a sophomore. You guys can do the math and figure out how old we are. Football was different in those days. They had limited substitution rules, so that one had to play both offense and defense. And one of the results of that was we had 35 people on the team, which you can see in the picture. And by the way, Mike pointed out 3 coaches. This is what, 32 you have? And we only had a 6-game season. But it was a great team. As you heard, they went 6-0. 4 of those wins were shutouts. And we gave up a touchdown each in the other 2 games. Like any great team, it had some great players. 6 members of the 1954 team are in the WPI Athletic Hall of Fame. I wasn't one of them. My only gift of fame, as you heard, is being Beck Carrier's grandfather. One of them, of the guys, his name was Paul Kerrigan, who had planned to join us here tonight. Who planned to join us tonight. I'll say a little bit more about him in a minute, but unfortunately, the Grim Reaper stepped in a couple of months ago and killed on Paul. One football story. I saw your Coast Guard game this year and enjoyed every minute of watching you kick their butt. They were always tough for us, including giving me a broken ankle. We beat them 6-0 that year on a 50-yard punt return by the Paul Kerrigan I mentioned. Paul was not very tall, I think 5'4" or something like that, so it's hard to see. But if you did see him, you couldn't catch him anyway. He was so fast. He was our hero. I saw Frankie Polito's pick 6 against MIT this year. If Kerrigan were here tonight, I got $50 that says he could still run faster than Polito.
I'll take that
Football's only part of your experience with this beautiful place we call WPI. It's that total experience that'll form your whole career and your life. Keep WPI in that life. It'll always have your back. God bless you all.
When we were here. My name is Mike Stephens, and I'm proud to be here tonight, and I'm so thrilled with the coach who expressed a little interest in the scrapbooks I kept. Every year I kept my sports scrapbooks, and in those years the newspapers really covered us well. We had big articles before the game, who was playing, articles after the game. I don't think newspapers are quite as good today. Anyway, I'm here to present the scrapbooks to the coach, and he can do with them what he wants, or give them to the archives or so on. Very interesting. Oh, you got them all. I can't handle them. Anyway, I played with Stanley on that team, and we had a good time. Stanley was a tackle, I was an end. As most of the time I remember I was on the end of the bench. I thought I would just mention a couple of things that are in the scrapbooks that might be of general interest. Number one is the letter I received being accepted at Tech, along with a full tuition scholarship. Wow, was I lucky. Can anyone guess what the tuition was in those days? It was $600 a year. Can you imagine that? But that was a lot of money. Also, I got all freshmen took the same courses. I don't know that it's that true today, but we took all the same courses, and the athletic department kept a lot of extra books. So they loaned us the books to the football players. Wasn't that wonderful? They got me a job washing dishes in the cafeteria. The only cafeteria that existed at that time on campus was in the basement of Sanford Riley Hall. Okay? And if you didn't eat there, there was no other place to eat on campus. I'd like to just to imagine for a minute what the campus looked like when we were here. Sanford Riley Hall, and I know all the students will see that. Sanford Riley Hall, Alden Memorial, and a gym. In the center of the quad was tennis courts, a little parking, because almost no one had cars, a football field, and a baseball field. That was it. So, I'd like to come back for reunions, and one year I came back and they said, go see Sanford Riley Hall. The rooms have been fixed up, it's wonderful. Go visit your old room. I went over there, I'm looking around, I can't find my room. Turns out it's the elevator shaft. So, we didn't have elevators. In the books, one thing, I'm sure you get your grades by email or something like that. Well, we really had report cards. So in these books are report cards. Every grade, which is 1 to 100, was marked in pen with the courses next to it. So I think you'd find that interesting, these report cards. Also in there, after every game, the newspaper would have a guy that would draw illustrations, and such as this, and it would tell, you don't have to see them, but it would tell this whole story of the game, of the major plays, and it was really a work of art, and every week that was in the paper. It was wonderful. Let's see. Another thing that I really enjoyed seeing was an article from the Boston Globe that's in there, which said WPI, undefeated and unnoticed. So I think that was appropriate. In addition to the books, I want to give the coach another surprise present, which is my personal computer from the 50s. We didn't even have calculators. Do you mind, with the players, just raise their hands if they know the name of this. How many people know the name of this? No, just the players. It's the students. There's one person. Nobody knows the name. Just anybody raise their hands? Sam. Good for you. Okay, this is addition, subtraction, multiplication, sine, cosine. I like this guy, he knows everything. Logarithms and so forth. The only problem with this thing is it didn't tell you where to put the decimal point. So anyway, the coach might like to have it. I salute this team. I'm sure it's a good season, and I wish you well ongoing. Thank you very much.
You guys down there, are you looking at me?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
All right, kick some butt, guys. Let's go.
Let's go dominate.
All right, good luck.
Good hard work to